Good morning. And it is a beautiful morning at William & Mary, this Charter Day weekend and at this Medallion and Awards ceremony. Welcome to the 2025 Alumni Medallion and Service Awards ceremony. My name is Matt Brandon. I graduated from William & Mary in 1992 and am the CEO of the Alumni Association, your Alumni Association. I'm delighted to be with you this morning. And first, I'd like to thank the Alumni Association's amazing board of directors for hosting this event. Our board members are volunteer leaders, and much like the awardees we are honoring today, they are dedicated to advancing the university and our alumni. I'd also like to express our heartfelt thanks to President Catherine Rowe and First Gentleman Bruce Jacobson. Your presence here today is very important to this university and to these alumni awardees. I'd like to welcome members of our Board of Visitors and thank you for joining us for this august occasion. If we could celebrate and thank our boards who are present with us today, I would love to do that with a round of applause. And thank you also to the members of the William & Mary Choir who were here today, along with Interim Director of Choirs, Mark Helms. We appreciate the joy and absolute beauty of your voices. Charter Day weekend and William & Mary's 332nd birthday are off to a great start. Yesterday's ceremony was a moving reminder of the traditions and history of this extraordinary university. Let's give a big round of applause to everyone who made the weekend's events possible.
It's on, okay.
Today, we continue our proud tradition of honoring those who have demonstrated extraordinary service and support for our alma mater. Service is one of our university's cherished values, and everything we do is made possible by the steadfast efforts of those who love this university and believe in our mission. I want to say thank you and congratulations to all of our honorees. We deeply appreciate your dedication, enthusiasm, and commitment. Someone asked me earlier, how do you get an award? And I see you do a lot more work out of love for the university than you can possibly imagine, so we do appreciate you all. We wouldn't be here today were it not for those who submitted nominations in support of these award winners. The nomination process is vital to ensuring deserving individuals through our community are recognized for their achievements and service. And if today you are inspired to nominate other individuals for these awards, please do so at wmalumni.com. Traditionally, Chancellor Gates gives remarks at the ceremony. He is unable to attend, and we send him our best wishes. And I believe President Rowe was prepared to make remarks, but I'm not aware that she is available right now. What? Oh, thank you. I didn't see you in your seat, so.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning, William & Mary. How is the volume? Okay, that's wonderful. Matt, that was a wonderful introduction. Oh, he's disappeared too. We are 332 years young as of yesterday. Charter Day is our time to honor what distinguishes William & Mary, makes us remarkable as the alma mater of the nation. We are here gathered to celebrate excellence at the highest level and leadership of extraordinary impact. We educate imaginative problem solvers, and in this year, the Year of the Environment, we are looking to the long term. A number of you have heard me say this. Our horizon for planning this year is 100 years, and we take that seriously. That is not a trivial thing at William & Mary. Many of you heard me say yesterday, the Sunken Garden will be 100 years old next year. Think of that. So that's a real horizon for us that we imagine forward in. That is our responsibility in leadership, to steward this extraordinary institution for the next century. And today we celebrate those wonderful, wonderful people who help us do that. It's fitting that we present several signature awards at Charter Day, the oldest of which is the Alumni Medallion, only 90 years old. 90 years strong, 90 years young. This award is the highest honor the Alumni Association can bestow. 325 alumni have received it before today, plus 3 more. Somehow we need to align that number with the year that we are. I hope we're catching up. I'm going to take a point of presidential privilege. It's incredibly special to me to be part of recognizing Betsy, Larry, and Warren today. They embody the ethos of servant leadership. They've been such incredible, welcome sources of support and insight for me as a president over the last nearly 8 years. I know them as leaders who will always answer the call of alma mater and serve with integrity. So it's such a delight. I can't see where everyone is sitting, but I know you're out there, and I'm so grateful. All our honorees today are incredibly deserving. We're excited to celebrate you, yes, audience. I know there's family in the room. The right leaders are here. President Emeritus Taylor Reevely, our rector Charles Poston. Thanks especially to our first gentleman, Bruce Jacobson. The right people are here that recognize what these awards mean, how they matter. And so let's get going.
Thank you, President Rowe. My name is Tina Reynolds Kenny. Alongside Matt, I am also a member of the class of 1992, and I am a parent of a 2024 graduate and a current sophomore. As president of the Alumni Association Board of Directors, it is my privilege and pleasure to be here with you at this event. This ceremony gives us a moment to pause, recognize the exceptional service of members of our community, and to say thank you. Today, we honor recipients of the Douglas N. Morton Alumni Service Awards, the Coach of the Year Award, the Faculty and Staff Service Awards, the Alumni Civic and Humanitarian Leadership Award, and the Alumni Medallion. In total, we recognize 12 alumni, 1 coach, 3 staff members. Through their service, accomplishments, and philanthropy, our award recipients greatly impact our community. We will begin our ceremony with the Douglas N. Morton Alumni Service Awards. Named in honor of Doug Morton, class of 1962, these awards pay tribute to a very distinguished, generous, and caring alumnus. A quintessential volunteer leader, Doug served alma mater with great distinction for more than 30 years. Our award winners continue his legacy of service and dedication. These awards are presented to 2 distinct groups of alumni, those who graduated within the past 10 years, who will receive the Young Alumni Service Award, and those who graduated over a decade ago. You can read more about each of these recipients in the fall 2024 issue of the Alumni magazine and in your program today. I'd now like to invite Matt and Abby up to the stage to help bestow the awards. We will begin with the Young Alumni Service Awards. Our first recipient is Ian Doty, class of 2021. As a student, Ian led the senior class gift effort in the midst of the pandemic, and he hasn't slowed down since. He served as a member and co-chair of the Young Guard Council, working tirelessly to connect recent graduates and to advocate for their needs. With a clear vision for what young alumni engagement could be, Ian helped create and plan the Young Guard Welcome to the City events and networking opportunities for young alumni, among other initiatives. Ian returns to campus frequently to volunteer at signature events like Homecoming and Reunion Weekend, as well as to meet with and advise students for university advancement and the Senior Glass Gift Committee. Through all his interactions, Ian works to strengthen our culture of engagement and philanthropy. Ian, will you please come up to the stage? Our second recipient of this award is Caroline Duff Stewart, class of 2016. Caroline describes her volunteer leadership with the Alumni Association as fundamental to her sense of connection in each place she has lived since graduation. In D.C., she served as the university's advancement coordinator for the region, working directly with alumni volunteers and staff to grow engagement and philanthropy. She helped launch regional engagement in Nashville, Tennessee, hosting events for Yule Log and One Tribe, One Day, as well as connecting with fellow alumni, parents, family, and friends in the area. Now living in the Northeast, Caroline plans, promotes, and leads events for the William & Mary Boston Network. With a career in university fundraising, Caroline understands the importance of giving back to her alma mater. She has served as a class ambassador since 2017, encouraging her classmates to support William & Mary. In March 2023, Caroline joined the Society of 1918, the university's alumni-led society to promote women's impact and influence at the university. Her giving is recognized in the 4th Century and Bell Society. Caroline, would you please come up to the stage? That concludes the first portion of the Douglas N. Morton Alumni Awards. Now we'll continue with alumni who have graduated over 10 years ago. First, we recognize Beth Sala Coven. Beth is a member of the class of 1983 and a parent of a 2021 graduate and a current student. Though she lives on the West Coast, Beth is frequently back on campus for events like Homecoming and Reunion Weekends, for which she volunteered for her 35th and 40th reunions. She has also hosted Alumni Network and Parent Welcome events in California and helped to gather alumni together in New York City and London when she lived there. Passionate about her sorority Chi Omega, Beth planned and led their well-attended centennial celebration in 2021. Furthering her support of William & Mary women, Beth is a charter member of the Society of 1918. She is also an enthusiastic advocate for club rowing. Beth has served as a class ambassador since 2014 and a Greek ambassador since 2021. In 2016, Beth joined the West Coast Regional Campaign Committee in support of the For the Bowl campaign, contributing to the success of William & Mary's largest comprehensive campaign to date. Beth, will you please come up to the stage? Next, we have Wayne Curtis, class of 1982. For 35 years, Wayne has been a steadfast volunteer leader, forging connections and building trust amongst LGBTQ+ alumni and the university. Wayne joined the board of William & Mary Gay and Lesbian Alumni, known as GALA, in 1988. He steadily grew the organization through a variety of leadership roles, serving as president from 2004 to 2012. And he helped create the GALA Foundation to support LGBTQ+ initiatives at William & Mary. In 2015, Wayne worked with the Alumni Association to officially recognize GALA and build trust between the two organizations. He suggested the more inclusive name, Creme del Association, which is reflective of the iconic location on campus where love is expressed. Wayne also worked with Swim Library to establish the Richard Cornish Library Endowment, which to date has raised more than $169,000 for LGBTQ+ resource materials. He was one of the first participants in the Stevens Project that captures the LGBTQ+ alumni for university archives, and his papers from GALA are held by special collections. Wayne, will you please come to the stage? Next, we have Amy Smith. Amy is a graduate of the class of 1992 and earned a Master of Business Administration in 1996. She embodies the spirit of our community as an engaged volunteer leader. Amy can often be found at athletics events and around Williamsburg in her green and gold. She is highly involved with the William & Mary Williamsburg Peninsula Network and currently serves as president. By boosting digital engagement, Amy has promoted the network and its events more broadly. She finds the delicate balance between preserving beloved traditions and creating new and exciting ways to engage local alumni, parents, family, and friends. Amy has served as a class ambassador since 2015 and became a lead class ambassador in 2020, spearheading the efforts of her class to give back to William & Mary and participate in the life of the university. Amy practices what she preaches. She's a bell-ringing member of the Bell Society for more than 25 consecutive years of giving. Amy, will you please come up to the stage? Next, we have Tyler Buxta, class of 2013. Serving as president of the William & Mary Charlotte, North Carolina Network, Tyler fosters an inclusive community of alumni, parents, family, and friends. Working with other volunteers, he has led the network to host new parent welcome events and welcome to the city gatherings. He has also collaborated with partners across the university, including on tailgates with William & Mary Athletics and career and professional opportunities with the Office of Career Development and Professional Engagement. Always curious about current university priorities, Tyler looks for ways that the Charlotte Network can support and promote those initiatives. He has developed a local leadership team that executes events at the highest level and creates a welcoming and extensive network of alumni and friends. In addition to his leadership in the region, Tyler consistently gives to the university and is a Cobblestone member of the Bell Society. Tyler, would you please join us on stage? Our final recipient for this service award is Christina Calabella Wilds, class of 2000. When Christina graduated as captain of the gymnastics team, It was just the beginning of her commitment to William & Mary as an alumna. Since then, she has rallied and organized support for the women's gymnastics team, including and created the Thrive Endowment with 4 fellow alumni as part of the All In campaign for athletics. The endowment covers costs for the team to participate at a national level and provides competitive funding for coaching positions and scholarships for student athletes. Christina's involvement at William & Mary reaches beyond gymnastics. She served as a member of the annual giving board for 2 terms and was among the first class ambassadors. She is also a charter member of the Society of 1918. When her dear friend and classmate, Adrian Vaughn, passed away, Christina joined Adrian's husband and friends in creating a scholarship in her honor. Christina, will you please join us on stage? Thank you and congratulations to all of our Douglas N. Morton Alumni Service Award winners. Let's give them a big round of applause. We now move on to the Coach of the Year Award. This award was established in 1996 to recognize exceptional coaches at William & Mary. In addition to their success in competition, the award also honors coaches that mentor and motivate their players. This year's recipient is Jessica Jujali, head coach for women's tennis. Since starting this role in 2021, Coach Jujali has led the tribe to 3 consecutive Coastal Athletic Association titles. The team has also reached the NCAA tournament each year. In recognition of her outstanding leadership, Coach Jujali has won the CAA Coach of the Year Award not once, but a record-breaking 3 times. Beyond her success on the court, Coach Jujali's emphasis on academics is evident in the team's record. William & Mary has received recognition for 19 Intercollegiate Tennis Association Scholar Athletes and received ITA All-Academic Team honors in her 3 seasons with the tribe. Coach Jujali, will you please come up to the stage? Next, we have the Faculty and Staff Service Awards. These awards honor those who have demonstrated outstanding service and support for the university and the Alumni Association. Awardees represent William & Mary with distinction and ensure the efforts of the Alumni Association are equal to the outstanding qualities of its alma mater, of its alumni. This year, we are delighted to honor 3 recipients with the Staff Service Award. Our first recipient is Jessica Anton. As custodial support for the Alumni House, Jessica looks after the building with the utmost care and attention. Starting her day at 5 a.m., she works tirelessly to ensure each corner of the building is well maintained, organized, and spotless. Despite the behind-the-scenes nature of her responsibilities, Jessica approaches each task with steadfast commitment to excellence, proud to steward the place our alumni call home. She plays an indispensable role in creating a beautiful, warm, and welcoming environment for each guest that enters the Alumni House's doors. Jessica, would you please come up to the stage? Our next awardee is Anne Humphreys Arsenault, who received her undergraduate degree at William & Mary in 1989 and her Master of Education here in 1992. With a nearly 30-year tenure in student affairs at the university, Anne has played a key role in shaping the student experience. Currently serving as Director of Student Leadership Development, she helps undergraduates practice the necessary skills to collaborate with others and create positive change in their communities. Supporting groups such as the Students for University of Advancement, Anne and her team work to foster a deep sense of belonging with current students, supporting them on the path to becoming engaged alumni. Beyond her professional role, Anne is a dedicated donor to Alma Mater with 29 consecutive years of giving as a member of the Bell Society. Anne, will you please join us on stage? Our final recipient of this award is Casey Prats. As the Moving and Event Services Supervisor for Facilities Management, Casey creates the condition for success for countless campus events. Working behind the scenes, he leads a team of quiet professionals who ensure event spaces are ready to host the university's most important gatherings. Among the first to arrive and the last to leave, Casey orchestrates the setup and takedown of event spaces for Homecoming and Reunion Weekend, Traditions Weekend, Charter Day Weekend, and many more events. Meticulous planning and thoughtful execution from Casey and his team make these moments of connection and reunion possible for our William & Mary community. Casey, would you please join us on stage? Please give a big round of applause one more time for our Staff Service Award recipient. Now we'll hand it off to Matt to present the Alumni Civic and Humanitarian Leadership Award.
Thank you, Tina. The Alumni Civic and Humanitarian Leadership Award recognizes alumni who, through their volunteer efforts, participation in charitable work, and selfless actions, make a meaningful impact on their communities and society as a whole. Recipients of this award exemplify the university's values, dedicating significant time, leadership, and energy to serve humanity. Today, we are honored to give this award posthumously to Dr. Jim Ledwith, class of 1979, and physician known for his leadership in treating patients with opioid use disorder and caring for the uninsured. Jim's work in this area started in the rural community of Tappahannock, Virginia, where he founded a free clinic that still operates today. After leaving Tappahannock, he became a faculty member at the University of Massachusetts Chan Medical School, serving as a faculty advisor for a student-run free health care program and practicing family medicine in a community that was in the throes of an opioid epidemic. After retiring from his primary care practice at UMass in 2023, he continued his involvement as a physician, consulting with UMass Memorial Health and their opioid crisis task force. In the fall of 2023, Jim was given the Family Physicians Who Are Changing Our World Award. It was with great sadness that we learned of Jim's passing on July 9th, 2024, approximately 2 weeks after we contacted him to tell him he was receiving this award. Today, we are honored that Ann Madigan, Jim's widow, is with us to accept this award. Ann, would you please join us on the stage? And now, members of the choir will sing How Can I Keep From Singing?
Singing, how can I keep from singing? Oh, how can I keep from singing? 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 How can I keep from? How can I keep from singing? How can I keep from singing? How can I keep from singing? Though tempests roar around me, I hear the truth, it liveth. Though darkness flows round me, songs in the night, it giveth. Storm can shake my inmost calm, while to that rock I'm clinging, since love is Lord of heaven and earth. Peace of love makes fresh my heart, a fountain ever springing. All things are mine in love and joy. How can I keep from singing? 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 Can I keep from singing, singing? How can I keep from singing?
Thank you again. We will now continue with the Alumni Medallion Awards. Established in 1934, the Alumni Medallion is the highest award that William & Mary alumni can receive from the Alumni Association. As we recognize today's recipients, we honor their professional accomplishments, service to their communities, and dedication to the university. Some of our prior recipients are here today. Please join me in a round of applause for those people. This year, we honor 3 recipients: Betsy E. Calvo Anderson. Betsy is a member of the class of 1970, an honorary law alumna, and the mother of a law school alumna in the class of 2000. Warren W. Buck III, who received his master's degree in physics in 1970 from William & Mary. He has his PhD in 1976 and an honorary doctorate in 2013. And Lawrence B. Pulley, who is a member of the class of 1974 and the father of alumni in the classes of 2013 and 2015. These 3 individuals are among our university's most dedicated and accomplished alumni. They have demonstrated their love for alma mater in countless ways, and I've watched it happen over a quarter of a century, and I thank you all personally for what you've done for William & Mary. They are active participants in the life of the university, giving of their time, talent, and treasure. They invest in the success of our students, faculty, and fellow alumni. Their creative energy, commitment, and guiding values inspire all of us, and we thank them for their leadership and for helping shape this great university. We have prepared video introductions about each of our recipients and their achievements, featuring words from those who know them well. We greatly appreciate all who helped make the videos and this celebration possible. You can read more about each of our recipients in the winter 2025 issue of the Alumni Magazine and in your program today.
Betsy is just a very strong, determined, qualified individual. She is someone who really doesn't think about herself that much. She thinks about other people.
She does so many things for so many different people. I just can't imagine anybody else doing that much work.
One of the most sincere, serene, quiet leaders that I've ever met. She's very unassuming and she's not flashy and loud, but what she does is very effective, and her leadership shows in the results that she's been able to accomplish everywhere she's served.
Betsy taught school for about 6 years while her husband was in law school, and then she devoted herself to raising her 2 children. But when she stopped being a full-time mom, she became highly involved with different aspects of the community.
Child Development Resources is a nonprofit organization to inspire and empower children, families, and early childhood professionals to reach their full potential. She's got the background and experience to understand what it means to have an impact in the life of a child, and she brings that to everything she does here in the community. When she was chair of the board, we were having a conversation about some facilities issues and space for one of our programs, and she just quietly in the middle of a meeting asked a simple question: wouldn't it be great if all of CDR's operations could be in one space? And it was an easy idea to sort of dismiss at the time. It was too expensive. It was going to be too much work. We'd have to find land. So one, it was a challenge, but it was also an invitation for us to think more broadly and in a longer term way about CDR's future. And so I'm happy to report that after her simple, quiet question in a board meeting one night, we've broken ground on a new facility that will consolidate all of our operations, something that we never really imagined before. It was her role and the esteem that other board members had for her that really allowed that conversation to end up where it is now.
She served on so many different kind of boards that she has balanced the different skills that she's learned on each one and taken it to the next board. She's been on a number of community boards, William & Mary boards. She wants to serve William & Mary.
Since she set foot on the campus in 1966, I think she grew to love the university. She's involved both with School of Business scholarship program, also at the law school, and I know that almost everything she does is all about helping other people and helping students in particular. Her education career probably has never stopped. It's just been directed in a different area.
She spent about 30 years involved with the Alumni Association, Muscarelli Board. She's been on it for 10 years, and she is currently an emeritus trustee of the Law School Foundation Board.
She served on boards for the athletic department and also at the School of Business. There are so few people that I have met over the 50-odd years that I have been an alum who have given as much time, talent, financial support to the college as Betsy has.
She has devoted just so much effort to making sure that William & Mary is the best university possible. And she hasn't done it for any recognition. She's done it because she loves the institution.
Betsy, congratulations on this well-deserved recognition for the Alumni Medallion and all that you've done to support CDR and the kids and families we serve.
Betsy, congratulations. You're awesome.
The William & Mary community is truly blessed to have someone of your abundant and generous nature as one of its alums. Those of us who have worked with you on projects and have seen you in action helping this community are astounded. You are truly deserving of the Alumni Medallion. Congratulations, Betsy.
In kindergarten, I found out with trepidation students must have a part in their classroom end-of-the-year program, from a song to a poem to a story. I was given a poem to recite and did my best with the help of a classmate who served as a prompter and stood behind the curtains to fill in the missing pieces. This was supposed to keep the pace of the program flowing. I did not realize that during this entire painful ordeal, I had grabbed the hem of my green plaid dress and raised it higher and higher until I covered my entire head. Finally, I managed to finish my part of the program, head covering and all, and make a run for the back of the stage. I never had this desire to try out for any other school play after such a humiliating first experience. I probably remembered much about those early embarrassing moments. It took some time for me to make the leap and try again. I told myself that unless I was willing to risk new experiences, I would never realize my full potential. Happily, I won my first run at a real position. My advice for all of William & Mary is, as I learned then, following Winnie the Pooh, you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think.
Distinguished guests, please welcome 2025 Alumni Medallion recipient, Betsy Calvo Anderson.
How do you describe a Renaissance man? Warren is a teacher and a creator and an innovator and a visionary And he's able to do so many different things.
Incredibly smart, a very caring man, extremely genuine, absolutely committed to equity, and he genuinely cares about people.
He can be a university administrator where he's creating new programs. He can be a theoretical nuclear scientist where he's thinking about the structure of kaons. He can be someone who's working with students and thinking of new ways to recruit students into STEM. So he's just dynamic and always also warm and kind and friendly and caring very much about all he's doing.
Warren came here to do graduate study in physics. From that, he moved down to Hampton. And I think that's really when his impact on the field began to be realized. He and a colleague quickly got permission to try to organize, and did, a PhD program in physics at Hampton. It was Hampton's first PhD program, and a very successful one. He broadened that out, sought a grant and received it to create a program that brought high school and first-year college students to Hampton's campus in the summertime, all with the idea of engaging particularly students of color in a field that had not at the time seen as very open to them or very encouraging to them.
For several years under his leadership, our doctoral program graduated over half of the minority PhDs to nuclear scientists in our nation. So that's a huge achievement. And this was through founding something called NUHEP, which was the Nuclear and High Energy Physics Research Center, which he directed for years. And it was a place to create research at Hampton University, at a minority university, partnered with Jefferson Lab and other places to nurture this young research program, but also at Jefferson Lab, at this national laboratory, because it was new back then, and they grew up together. And Warren saw that vision.
He was recruited as the chancellor of University of Washington Bothell campus. They knew that he had all of this creative energy. They knew that he had a history of being results-oriented. And I think people that he knew or people that knew of him were attracted to his skills. I don't think University of Washington Bothell campus would be as it is today without his influence. He took a job without buildings or without campus, without anything. He created an institution from nothing.
Paramount to all of this, all along, has been his deep belief that education is empowering, and education needs to be available to everybody at every level.
I think William and Mary has a very special place in his heart. No matter where he went, from Hampton Roads to Washington, he would always find his way back here.
At William and Mary, he is largely instrumental for the creation of the Black Students Organization. Warren was also instrumental in the Huron-Willis Association. They have recognized him with their highest award, which is the Impact Award. Then the Board of Visitors and his tenure there. Even coming back, after having been chancellor of a university, coming back to be a special assistant to the president to help work through these changes that have now taken place on campus, the memorial to the enslaved, the renaming. All those things are tremendous contributions to this place. But I go back to something very fundamental, his contribution to a change in the way William and Mary sees itself, and sees itself in the world, the whole world, not just a world of majority.
I think Warren's legacy will be people, really. People who remember him, who talk about him, and the inspiration that he's put into them. And they will share that. They will then inspire others. And I really think that's the legacy.
Skip, you have achieved so much in your life. You have contributed so much to the lives of other people. You have made such a big difference to the world in so many different ways. You deserve this recognition. You deserve this award, and I congratulate you.
Warren, you've enriched and inspired the lives of so many. I'm honored to be your friend. Congratulations, Warren.
Distinguished guests, please join me in welcoming Warren Buck III.
Thank you, William and Mary. I had some words to prepare. I've already prepared, but I can't read them. And I would like to just be grateful for all that has happened here, all that you've done in your lives to make this place great, to make this place extraordinary, to make our lives richer, to be humble as well as helpful, to be you. I want to thank my nominators and who nominated me, and the board, alumni board, for voting in my favor. I'm grateful for being accepted and receiving full funding for a physics graduate student in 1968. I'm grateful for the physics department, their immediate and acceptance of me as one of their own, then and now. I'm grateful for my wife, Kate, my family, and many friends I have made in my life, and the many, many ancestors who struggled and worked and prayed for this moment. I'm grateful to be able to contribute to the continuing history of what we call the College of William and Mary in Virginia, the college, alma mater of the nation. This ceremony will always be in my heart. I'm forever grateful. Thank you.
Larry is one of those individuals that people gravitate towards for a number of reasons.
He's very patient, he's very even-keeled. To be as brilliant as he is and amazing in all the things that he's done and accomplished, he's very humble and down to earth, and I respect that the most about Larry.
When I think about Larry Pulley, two things that come to mind are how genuine he is and how caring he is. Larry truly cared about the faculty, students, staff, and the institution of William and Mary.
I've had the pleasure of knowing Larry Pulley for over 50 years. We met as undergraduates in the spring semester of my freshman year. After he finished here at William and Mary, he went on to University of Virginia and earned his PhD. From there, he went to Brandeis University in Boston and was on the faculty there for a number of years. Eventually came back to William and Mary in the business school as faculty, and then as dean of the business school for over 20 years.
When I came here, the school was not named, and in the time that he was dean, we are now in this beautiful state-of-the-art building. He has created online programs that are revolutionary and brought alumni back into the school. Larry loved the phrase bringing business into the business school, and that's something that he encouraged. And when you walk the halls today, you can see executive partners, you can see alumni practitioners back, and it's a truly transformed place.
I think one of the things that has remained constant with Larry is his love and passion for our alma mater. You know, Larry's father was an alum here. His two siblings were alums. Larry's two children are alums as well as their spouses. Larry is a huge supporter of William & Mary athletics. He and his wife Penny have been season ticket holders for William & Mary football, William & Mary basketball. He recently served on their 50th reunion committee, and Larry has certainly done his part in trying to encourage his classmates to step up and participate either through time, talent, treasure. So Larry bleeds green and gold through and through.
Larry is heavily involved in the community. He's worked with his church, he's worked with the hospice house, he's worked with the Salvation Army, and he's made this a better place for people in Williamsburg to live.
He's heavily involved in a lot of things in the community. You know, speaking from perspective of hospice house, he recently accepted a position as president of our board, and in that role, he had to take on an additional term to do that. And that just shows his commitment to service, and that's what's really making Williamsburg special, is people like Larry who are willing to utilize their expertise and apply it in this space. It really makes our whole community, rise.
Larry's commitment and deep dedication to education, as well as his close ties to William & Mary, has built a legacy that is going to last for generations. He has helped form and make this a very special place, and we are all very lucky that he is a part of William & Mary.
He's grown the business school, he's grown this community and this campus, and I think that's his legacy, a legacy of leadership, legacy of learning, and a legacy of service.
Larry, I am so honored and privileged and proud to see you receive the Alumni Medallion. You have had such a tremendous impact on so many lives, not just of students and your friends, but folks in the community. And I just want to say thank you on behalf of the William & Mary family for all that you've done over the many years that you've served William & Mary.
Larry, it's been an incredible honor to watch your contributions over these years and to work for you. I've learned so much from you, and what you have done for the faculty, for our students, is absolutely incredible. And I want to thank you and congratulate you for this incredible honor, which is very well deserved.
I can't think of a more deserving person. It has been my pleasure to get to know you over the last few years. And so on behalf of myself and all your friends at Hospice House, we congratulate you and salute you, my friend.
Lawrence Pulley, would you please join me to receive your medallion?
Wow, I am taken aback by this remarkable honor. Heartfelt thanks to those who nominated me, as well as those who said such wonderfully nice things about me on the video. It is a special blessing for me because my father received the Alumni Medallion, and I come from a long line of William & Mary family members. Four of my father's siblings joined him in attending William & Mary. My brother and sister attended, and our two children, Rachel and Evan, attended, as did their spouses, Will and Georgie. Our one-year-old twin grandchildren that you've heard recently, Abby and Leo are not yet committed, but we dress them up in William & Mary bling every chance we get. I was blessed beyond my wildest dreams to be the dean of my alma mater's business school for a remarkable 24 years. Wow, I should add here that since I was an employee, when I made most of my contributions to William & Mary, I feel somewhat less deserving of this award than most recipients like Warren and Betsy, who made their contributions as volunteers. Nonetheless, I did not turn it down. Being dean was a 24/7 job for me, and I simply could not have done it without the love and support from my jewel of a spouse, Penny. She attended countless events with me, and I was always smart enough to put her out front in every social setting. I also received wonderful support from our children, Rachel and Evan. And I was blessed with a talented and innovative faculty and staff, our unique and remarkable executive partners, and an exceptional strategic partner in our Foundation Board of Trustees. 15 years ago, we made the decision to engage our alumni deeply in the life, the mission, and the activities of the school, and it has literally transformed our ability to have our graduates be truly career-ready and connected to world-class opportunities. You know particularly, there is something special about William & Mary alumni, something unique, something differentiating, and something powerful. I came to refer to what I observed as a commitment to a life of principled achievement. And I believe with every fiber of my being that this is what differentiates William & Mary alumni now and has for 332 years and counting. I told our students that as Mason School graduates, their responsibility would be to join you in pursuing lives of principled achievement. I told them that seeking a life of principled achievement will guide them each day and direct them as it does me in every decision. It will induce a responsibility to and a caring for others and a passion to make a difference for good in the world. And I reminded them that we are William & Mary, after all, where the first student-administered honor code was established in this country in 1779, so the order is precisely right. Principled first and achievement second. Thank you again for this remarkable honor.
Please join me as we give another round of applause for all of our honorees today. As Matt mentioned at the start of this program, today was made possible in part by the time and care of those who submitted nominations. While these awards recognize just a few of our exceptional alumni, we know there are many others in our community who are dedicated to advancing William & Mary and our alumni worldwide. Please consider submitting a nomination for next year's awards. Now we'd like to invite all of you to join us for a celebratory reception in our beautiful Alumni House. We will be in the Grand Ballroom, Hunter Hall, to the left as you walk in. To close our ceremony, members of the William & Mary Choir will sing our alma mater. Everyone is welcome to join us. The lyrics are in the back of your program. Thank you again for being here today, and please enjoy the rest of your Charter Day weekend.
Hark the students' voices swell.